Family Hour. In a cozy house, nestled in the heart of a quiet neighborhood, lived a bright and curious boy named Aban. Aban was a thoughtful child who loved to explore the world around him, but his most cherished moments were spent with his family. Aban's family consisted of his parents, Emma and Daniel, and his younger sister, Leela. Each evening, after the sun had dipped below the horizon and the world outside turned into a sea of twinkling stars, they gathered in their cozy living room for a special time they called Family Hour. During Family Hour, Aban, Emma, Daniel, and Leela would come together to share stories, play games, or simply enjoy each other's company. It was a time for laughter, bonding, and creating cherished memories. One evening, as Family Hour was about to begin, Aban had an idea. Why don't we make Family Hour even more special by doing something different each night? He suggested. His family embraced the idea with enthusiasm. Emma smiled at her son. That's a wonderful idea, Aban. Let's make it a daily adventure. And so, their daily adventures during Family Hour began. One storytelling night. On the first night of their daily adventures, they decided to tell stories. Aban started with a tale about a brave knight who saved a magical forest. Leela's story was about a mischievous squirrel named Sammy, while Emma shared a childhood memory of a magical trip to the beach. Daniel, with a twinkle in his eye, narrated an imaginary adventure in a land of talking animals. As each story unfolded, they learned more about each other's imaginations and experiences. 2. Game night. The following evening, they transformed their living room into a game zone. Aban chose their first game, a lively game of charades. They took turns, acting out funny scenarios, giggling at their creative antics. Leela suggested a board game, and they spent hours rolling dice, strategizing, and having a friendly competition. Game night brought out their playful sides, and they realized that winning wasn't as important as the fun they had together. 3. Artistic night. Aban's artistic talents shone brightly on the third night. He set up an art station with paints, brushes, and paper. They created colorful paintings, each with a unique theme. Aban's masterpiece depicted a magical forest, while Leela painted a bright sunflower. Emma's artwork was a serene landscape, and Daniel's painting was an abstract explosion of colors. They displayed their artwork proudly on the living room wall, turning it into a gallery of their creativity. 4. Music night. On the fourth night, music filled their home. Aban played his guitar and Leela joined in with her tambourine. Emma sang a melodious tune while Daniel tapped out rhythms on a set of bongo drums. They discovered that making music together was a beautiful way to express their feelings and connect with one another. 5. Outdoor night. Eager to explore the world beyond their home, Aban's family decided to have an outdoor adventure on the fifth night. They packed a picnic basket with sandwiches, fruits, and snacks and headed to a nearby park. Under the starlit sky, they enjoyed their meal, played on the swings, and lay on a blanket identifying constellations. The night was filled with laughter, togetherness, and the wonders of nature. 6. Cooking night. Their sixth adventure brought them into the kitchen. Aban and Leela donned aprons and helped Emma and Daniel prepare a special meal. They chopped vegetables, stirred sauces, and baked cookies for dessert, sharing a delicious homemade meal. They realized that the kitchen was a place of teamwork and love. 7. Reading night. As the week drew to a close, they decided to have a reading night. Each family member chose a book to read aloud. Aban read a thrilling adventure. Leela chose a whimsical fairy tale. Emma selected a heartwarming family story, and Daniel opted for an intriguing mystery. Listening to the words brought them closer and kindled their love for storytelling. And so, Aban's family continued their daily adventures during Family Hour. Each night was a new opportunity to bond, learn, and grow as a family. They discovered that spending time together was a treasure, and that their daily adventures created a lifetime of cherished memories. As they laughed, played, and shared stories, they learned the importance of family time. Aban realized that the real adventure was not in distant lands or grand escapades, but in the love and connection they shared right at home. Their cozy house in the quiet neighborhood was where their hearts truly belonged, and every moment spent together was a magical journey of its own. The Jungle Expedition. Deep within a lush and untamed jungle, four adventurous friends Amax, Same, Era, and Ruzi embarked on an expedition like no other. Their hearts were filled with curiosity, and their spirits were unyielding, for they were determined to explore the mysteries of the wild. The jungle was a world of vibrant greens and echoing roars, of towering trees and hidden wonders. Every rustle in the leaves and every distant growl only fueled their excitement. They carried backpacks filled with supplies and a sense of camaraderie that was unbreakable. Their journey began at the break of dawn, with the sun's first rays piercing through the dense canopy. Amax, the brave leader of the group, led the way with a map in hand. Same, the resourceful one, carried a compass to ensure they didn't lose their path. As they ventured deeper into the jungle, they encountered challenges they hadn't expected. Thick vines blocked their path, and they had to use their teamwork and trust in each other to navigate through the maze of green. Remember, Amax reminded them, consistency is key. We must keep moving forward, no matter the obstacles. With each step, they discovered new and fascinating creatures. Colorful birds soared above them, and mischievous monkeys swung from tree to tree. They watched in awe as a family of elephants crossed a crystal clear river. But the jungle was not only a place of wonder, it also tested their courage. Ruzi, the explorer's heart, spotted a cave entrance hidden behind a waterfall. A sense of both excitement and fear washed over them. Shall we go in? Asked Ruzi. Era, the gentle soul, hesitated but nodded. Let's do it together. With their flashlights in hand, they entered the cave, their hearts pounding. The narrow tunnels twisted and turned, and eerie sounds echoed in the darkness. Yet, they pressed on, never letting fear paralyze them. As they reached the heart of the cave, their lights revealed a breathtaking sight, a chamber adorned with glistening crystals that sparkled like stars. It was a sight they would cherish forever. Emerging from the cave, they felt a sense of accomplishment. We faced our fears, Same remarked, and we found something beautiful. Their journey continued, and they faced many more challenges. There were steep cliffs to climb, swift rivers to cross, and thorny thickets to navigate. But through it all, they remained united and unwavering in their determination. One evening, as they set up camp beneath a vast starlit sky, Era spoke. This journey has taught us that taking risks and facing challenges can lead to the most incredible adventures. Amax nodded in agreement. And it's our consistency in pursuing our dreams that makes those adventures possible. Their final destination was a hidden waterfall deep within the jungle, a place rumored to be the source of all the jungle's magic. As they stood before the roaring cascade, they realized that their journey had not only been about exploration, but also about the bond they had forged. Let's remember this moment forever, Ruzi said as they dipped their fingers into the crystal clear waters. With their hearts full of memories, they began their journey back home through the dense jungle that had tested their courage and rewarded their determination. The lessons they had learned would stay with them for a lifetime. And so, the four adventurous friends, Amax, Same, Era, and Ruzi, returned from their jungle expedition, carrying not just stories of their adventures but also the knowledge that taking risks, facing challenges, and staying consistent could lead to the most extraordinary experiences. Stand for what's right. two best friends named Amal and Daria lived in the center of a big town. They were inseparable, laughing and dreaming together. They were strolling through a park on a lovely day when they spotted a situation that touched their hearts. A large oak tree stood near the park's entrance, its branches spreading a soothing shade over a wooden bench. This seat was a favorite area for elderly folks who came to the park on a daily basis to rest, converse, and enjoy the peace and quiet. A big under-maintenance sign, however, was now hung on the oak tree. The bench had been blocked off, so the elderly had nowhere to sit and converse. Amal and Daria couldn't help but notice the sadness in the elderly visitor's eyes. Daria turned to face Amal, her eyes bright and resolute. "We need to take action on this. It isn't right." Amal gave a nod. "You are completely correct, Daria. Let's find out who's to blame and see if we can assist." The pals decided to look into the situation. They soon discovered that the park's management intended to replace the old bench with a new one, but the delivery of the new bench was delayed. The elderly tourists would have to wait for weeks for a seat. Amal and Daria were filled with compassion for the old. They made the decision to take affairs into their own hands. They gathered some old newspapers, markers, and cardboard to make a little stand near the oak tree. They wrote on a bright poster, "Temporary seating area, please feel free to sit here." Their act of kindness was not forgotten. The elderly visitors joined them on the makeshift seating area. Delighted by Amal and Daria's effort, they joked, told stories, and even gave the two pals some life lessons. Weeks passed, but no new bench appeared because Amal and Daria knew they couldn't keep the unexpected seating area going indefinitely. They decided to send a passionate letter to the park's management. They detailed the problem in the letter and asked for a swift resolution. Their letter piqued the interest of the local newspaper, and a writer chose to cover the tale. It didn't take long for the entire community to learn of Amal and Daria's efforts to assist the elderly. Support and donations flowed in from all directions. Because of the increased attention, park managers rushed the delivery of the new bench. When Amal and Daria saw the new bench being put beneath the oak tree, they were pleased. They had made a difference by standing up for what they believed in. Daria smiled at Amal as they watched the elderly people enjoy the new bench. "Amal, we did it. We helped to improve the park." Amal nodded, clearly pleased with their activities. "And we learned that even as kids, we can make a difference by standing up for what's right." Amal and Daria knew from that day forward that no matter their age, they could be ambassadors for change and kindness in their vibrant town. They showed that when guided by a strong sense of compassion and conviction, even tiny gestures might have a significant impact. The magic ring. Long ago, in a kingdom ruled by the wise and just King Fahar, there was a legend that boomed down the ages, a legend of a magical ring that could grant wishes. It was stated that whomever held this ring could change their entire world with the power of their mind. Era, a young girl with a gentle and curious heart, had heard the story from her grandma. Every evening, as the sun set, Era sat at her grandmother's feet, listening to stories of faraway kingdoms and wondrous adventures. Era's imagination was captured by the narrative of the enchanted ring. It was claimed to be tucked away deep within the ancient forest of whispers, a place covered in mystery and enchantment. Era resolved that she would be the one to locate the ring and use its power to make the world a better place. With determination in her heart, she set off on a trek across the lush woodlands, leaving the bustling life of the kingdom behind. Her walk took her through deep thickets, through quiet waterways, and beneath the ancient trees' high canopies. Along the way, she encountered creatures of the forest, sly foxes, playful squirrels, and wise old owls. They shared stories of the forest's secrets, but none knew the exact location of the enchanted ring. Days turned into weeks, and Era's resolve remained unbroken. She camped beneath the starry skies and listened to the whispers of the wind. She knew that the ring was close. She could feel its presence. One day, as she followed a babbling brook deep into the heart of the forest, she stumbled upon a grove of ancient oak trees. At the center of the grove stood a massive, gnarled tree with a hollow trunk. In that hollow, Era discovered the ring, a simple band adorned with a single shimmering gem. As she gently picked up the ring, she could feel its magic coursing through her veins. Her heart brimmed with joy and wonder as she realized that she now possessed the power to grant wishes. But Era knew that power could be a double-edged sword, and she didn't want to misuse it. She remembered the lessons of kindness and wisdom taught by her grandmother. Era decided to return to the kingdom and seek guidance from King Fahar. Upon her return, Era presented the enchanted ring to the king. She explained how she had found it and expressed her desire to use its power to make the kingdom a better place. King Fahar, known for his wisdom and fairness, was deeply moved by Era's sincerity. He called upon his advisors, and together they established a council to govern the use of the ring's magic. They vowed to use it only for the betterment of the kingdom and its people. Era became a beloved member of the council, known for her wisdom and compassion. Together, they granted wishes that brought prosperity, happiness, and harmony to the kingdom. The kingdom flourished under their care, and Era's wish to make the world a better place came true. The enchanted ring, once a symbol of power, had become a beacon of hope and goodwill. As the years passed, Era realized that the true magic lay not in the ring itself but in the kindness, wisdom, and love of those who used it. The legend of the enchanted ring lived on as a testament to the belief that even the most extraordinary magic could be harnessed for the greater good. And so, in the kingdom of King Fahar, the enchanted ring granted not just wishes, but also the wisdom to use its magic wisely, reminding all that kindness and compassion were the greatest powers of all. The Invisible Prince. Once upon a time, a young prince named Khan lived in a magnificent palace set amid a quiet domain. Prince Khan possessed a remarkable gift, the ability to turn invisible. His invisibility was not a mere trick, but a magical power bestowed upon him by a kind sorceress when he was a child. Being invisible was fascinating, but it also brought distinct obstacles. Prince Khan had to learn to deal with each situation as it arose, which frequently required more than just depending on his magical talent. One sunny morning, as Khan strolled through the palace gardens, he noticed a commotion near the courtyard. The palace's prize peacock, Pablo, had escaped from his enclosure and was strutting about the gardens, squawking loudly. Khan knew that he could easily turn invisible and catch Pablo without anyone noticing. However, he also understood that simply relying on his invisibility might not always be the best solution. Instead, he decided to handle the situation differently. He approached the palace guards and the royal gardener who were trying to catch the elusive peacock. "May I help you?" Khan asked, offering a friendly smile. The guards and gardener exchanged glances, surprised to see the prince volunteering to help. "Your Highness, we appreciate your offer, but this peacock is quite a handful," the gardener replied. Khan nodded and said, "I understand, but let's try something different. We can lure Pablo back to his enclosure with some of his favorite treats." Working together, they scattered a trail of Pablo's favorite snacks leading back to his enclosure. As Pablo followed the enticing trail, Khan gently guided him inside. The guards and gardener watched in amazement as the prince's calm and considerate approach worked wonders. Later that day, Khan joined a council meeting with his father, the king, and other advisors. They discussed important matters concerning the kingdom. Khan knew that his invisibility could allow him to eavesdrop on the meeting, but he also recognized the importance of acting responsibly. He participated in the discussions openly, offering his insights and opinions. His thoughtful contributions impressed the council, showing that he was not only aware of his unique ability but also of his responsibilities as a prince. Weeks passed, and Khan continued to face various situations where his invisibility could have been a quick fix. However, he remained committed to dealing with challenges according to the circumstances. One day, as Khan was walking through the palace corridors, he overheard a conversation between the palace staff. They were worried about a shortage of food supplies for the winter months. Khan realized that this was a situation where he could use his powers for good. Instead of simply taking food from the stores without anyone knowing, he chose a different path. He approached the head cook and offered his assistance in organizing a food drive for the less fortunate in the kingdom. With Khan's help, they collected and distributed food to those in need. The act of kindness not only eased the concerns of the palace staff but also strengthened the bond between the royal family and the people of the kingdom. As the years went by, Prince Khan continued to use his gift wisely, always choosing to deal with situations according to the circumstances. He learned that while invisibility was a powerful ability, it was his kindness, empathy, and responsible actions that made him a true leader. Khan's story became a beloved legend in the kingdom, a reminder that the choices we make and how we treat others define our character more than any magical gift ever could. The young prince had become a role model, teaching everyone that dealing with life's challenges with empathy and understanding was the most magical power of all. The Dream Chasers. Three friends, Habir, Cheyenne, and Anabia, formed a particular friendship in a calm corner of the world, far from bustling cities and gentle hills. They weren't your average group of buddies. They were dream chasers who believed in the power of optimism and the enchantment, never giving up on their aspirations. Each of them had a dream that was very important to them. Habir wanted to be a brilliant scientist, Cheyenne to be an incredible artist, and Anabia to be a skilled violinist. Their dreams were their guiding lights, and they embarked on a journey to make them a reality. Cheyenne gazed up at the clear blue sky as they gathered in Habir's backyard one sunny day and remarked, "You know, I've always dreamed of painting a mural that spreads joy and inspiration to everyone who sees it. And I've always wanted to invent something that can make the world a better place," Habir exclaimed eagerly. Anabia smiled sweetly, holding her violin. "And I dream of playing music that touches people's hearts and brings them peace." Their ambitions were lofty, but they possessed something even loftier: hope. They felt that with hard effort, persistence, and a dash of optimism, they could accomplish anything. They decided to begin by collaborating to make their aspirations a reality. Habir used his technical skills to develop a non-fading paint. Cheyenne created a gorgeous mural, and Anabia composed music that seemed to breathe life into the artwork. Their first project was to paint a mural on the school's wall. It was a difficult task, but they worked non-stop, day and night. The mural showed a colorful and musical universe where anything was possible. As they put the finishing touches on their masterpiece, they couldn't help but feel a sense of accomplishment. Their mural was a testament to their dreams and their unwavering hope. However, their journey was not without its ups and downs. They faced setbacks, doubts, and moments of frustration. But whenever things got tough, they reminded each other of the power of hope and the importance of never giving up. One day, as Anabia was practicing her violin in the park, a stranger approached. He listened to her music with tears in his eyes and said, "Your music has given me hope when I had none. Thank you. In that moment, Inabia realized the true magic of her dream. It wasn't just about becoming a skilled violinist. It was about touching people's hearts and giving them hope. As for Javier and Cheyenne, they also found their dreams taking unexpected turns. Javier's inventions were not always successful, but he never gave up. He believed that with each failure, he was one step closer to success. Cheyenne's art was not always appreciated by everyone, but he knew that his mural had the power to inspire those who needed it most. Years passed, and their dreams evolved and grew. They achieved success in their chosen paths not because they never faced difficulties, but because they never gave up on their dreams and the power of hope. In the end, their journey was not about reaching a destination. It was about the joy of chasing their dreams and the magic of never giving up. They had learned that hope was a powerful force that could turn dreams into reality. And so, in that peaceful corner of the world, far from bustling cities and rolling hills, Javier, Cheyenne, and Inabia continued to chase their dreams. Inspiring everyone, they met with the simple but profound belief that hope and determination could make anything possible. The Prince Who Flew to Moon. Once upon a time, there was a young prince named Adam who lived in a kingdom. Adam was recognized for his unlimited creativity and voracious curiosity. He had a fantasy that looked as outlandish as flying to the moon itself. He wanted to go to the moon. Prince Adam spent countless hours reading about stars and space, learning about rockets, and even studying the patterns of birds in flight. He was determined to make his dream a reality, no matter how challenging it seemed. One evening, as the moon bathed the kingdom in its soft, silvery light, Adam shared his dream with his parents, King Xavier and Queen Elara. His parents were wise and loving, and they encouraged him to pursue his dreams. King Xavier smiled at his son's enthusiasm. Adam, my boy, reaching the moon is a monumental task, but with the right guidance and determination, anything is possible. We believe in you. With the support of his parents, Prince Adam began his journey to the moon. He sought the guidance of astronomers, engineers, and inventors from all around the kingdom. Together, they designed a magnificent rocket that would carry him to the moon. Adam's journey was filled with challenges. Rockets had never been built in their kingdom before, and there were countless trials and errors. But Adam's determination and optimism never wavered. One sunny morning, as the people of the kingdom gathered to witness the historic launch, Adam climbed into his rocket. His heart raced with excitement and a touch of nervousness, but he knew that this was the moment he had been waiting for. With a thunderous roar, the rocket launched into the sky, leaving a trail of smoke and fire. Adam's heart soared as he watched the earth grow smaller and smaller below him. He was on his way to the moon. However, reaching the moon was not as simple as Adam had imagined. It was a long and perilous journey, filled with unknown challenges. Adam faced unexpected obstacles, from navigating through asteroid fields to dealing with the loneliness of space. But Adam's determination pushed him forward. He refused to give up, knowing that his dream was within reach. He used his knowledge and the lessons he had learned from his journey to adapt and overcome each obstacle. Weeks turned into months, and Prince Adam finally reached the moon. As he stepped onto the lunar surface, he felt a sense of awe and wonder like never before. He realized that his dream had come true, and he had achieved the impossible. Prince Adam spent time exploring the moon, collecting samples, and conducting experiments. He even left a flag with his kingdom's emblem on the moon's surface as a symbol of his achievement. But Adam knew that his journey was not just about reaching the moon. It was about teaching a valuable lesson. He returned to his kingdom and shared his experiences with his people, emphasizing the importance of perseverance and determination in pursuing one's dreams. His story inspired not only the people of his kingdom but also those around the world. They realized that with the right mindset and unwavering determination, they could overcome any obstacle and reach for the stars. And so, in that kingdom untouched by bustling cities and rolling hills, the legacy of Prince Adam, the moon-seeking prince, lived on as a testament to the power of dreams, determination, and the belief that the impossible could become possible. The magical thank you note. In a cozy corner of the world lived a young girl named Layla. Layla had a heart full of gratitude, and she believed in the magic of saying thank you. One sunny morning, as Layla sat at her kitchen table, she gazed out of the window at the beautiful garden her mother Serafina had lovingly tended. Layla knew that her mother's garden was not just a collection of flowers, it was a garden of love. Layla felt a warm breeze on her face as she thought about how much her mother did for their family. Serafina not only cared for the garden but also cooked delicious meals, helped Layla with her studies, and filled their home with laughter and love. I want to show Mom how much I appreciate everything she does, Layla whispered to herself, and then an idea struck her like a gentle breeze. Layla decided to write special thank you note to her mother, but this would be no ordinary thank you note. It would be a magical one. She believed that gratitude was like a sprinkle of stardust, capable of creating magic in the world. Layla searched for her most colorful markers and a piece of beautiful stationery. With great care, she wrote her heartfelt thanks to her mother, expressing how much she loved and appreciated her. She ended the note with a promise to help her mother in the garden that afternoon. When Layla handed the note to Serafina, her mother's eyes sparkled with joy. Thank you, my sweet Layla. This is the most wonderful surprise, Serafina said, pulling her daughter into a warm embrace. As the day went on, Layla and her mother worked side by side in the garden. They planted new flowers, watered the plants, and chatted about life's simple pleasures. Layla realized that spending time with her mother in the garden was a beautiful way to express her gratitude. That evening, as Layla lay in her bed, she heard the wind gently rustling the leaves outside her window. It sounded like a soft, whispered thank you from the garden. Over the next few days, Layla continued to write magical thank you notes to her family. She thanked her father Rayan for his comforting presence and the bedtime stories he told her. She thanked her little brother Zephyr for his playful laughter and boundless energy. Each note was a heartfelt expression of her gratitude, and each one seemed to bring a little extra magic into their lives. One day, as Layla was playing in the park with her friends, she met a lonely boy named Kale. His family had just moved to their neighborhood. He was feeling homesick and out of place. Layla's heart went out to Kale, and she knew that a magical thank you note could help him too. She wrote a note that expressed her gratitude for their new friendship and invited Kale to join her and her friends in the park the next day. When Layla gave Kale the note, his eyes filled with tears of gratitude. He felt welcomed and accepted, and the magic of Layla's thank you note had turned a lonely day into one filled with friendship and laughter. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Layla continued to spread gratitude and magic through her thank you notes. She thanked her teachers, her neighbors, and even strangers who had shown her kindness. One evening, Layla received a special thank you note of her own. It was from her family, a note filled with love and appreciation for all the magical thank you notes she had written. They told her that her gratitude had brought a special kind of magic into their lives, the magic of love and appreciation. And so, in that cozy corner of the world, far from bustling cities and rolling hills, Layla and her family learned the magic of gratitude and the power of saying thank you. They realized that gratitude could turn ordinary moments into extraordinary ones, and that expressing appreciation was a magical act of love. The Helpful Lighthouse. Once upon a time, in a land where the seas stretched as far as the eye could see, there stood a majestic lighthouse named Bella. Bella was not just any lighthouse. She was known far and wide for her extraordinary ability to guide ships safely through treacherous waters. She stood tall and proud on a rocky cliff, her light shining like a beacon of hope to sailors near and far. The story of Bella, the Helpful Lighthouse, was a tale from the past, a time when sailors relied on the stars and lighthouses like Bella to navigate the open seas. But this story was special because it carried a timeless lesson about the importance of guiding others and lending a helping hand. Bella was not alone in her mission to guide ships. She had a faithful companion named Zara, a wise and kind-hearted seagull who perched atop her tower. Zara's keen eyes spotted ships from afar and signaled Bella when they needed her guidance. One stormy night, as rain lashed against the cliffs and the sea roared with fury, a small ship named the Hopeful found itself in great peril. Its crew, led by Captain James, was lost in the thick of the storm, unable to find their way. Zara, perched on Bella's tower, spotted the Hopeful's distress signals, a desperate crew in need of help. Zara immediately alerted Bella, and without hesitation, Bella's powerful light burst to life, cutting through the storm's darkness like a ray of hope. The brilliant light from Bella guided the Hopeful safely away from the treacherous rocks and into calmer waters. The sailors on board let out cheers of gratitude as they sailed away from danger and toward safety. Captain James, his heart filled with relief, vowed to never forget the Helpful Lighthouse that had saved his crew and ship. He knew that without Bella's guiding light and Zara's watchful eyes, they might have been lost at sea forever. Over the years, Bella and Zara continued their noble mission, helping countless ships find their way through the turbulent waters. They guided ships carrying goods, explorers, and even families on their way to new homes. But Bella and Zara didn't stop at guiding ships alone. They also extended their helping hands, or in Zara's case, helping wings to those in need on land. They provided shelter to lost travelers, offered their light to weary wanderers, and became a symbol of hope and kindness in their coastal community. The story of Bella and Zara, the Helpful Lighthouse, and her faithful seagull companion became legendary. Their example taught everyone the importance of guiding others through life's storms and lending a helping hand to those in need. And so, in the annals of history, the name Bella was not just associated with a lighthouse, but with the guiding light of kindness. And Zara's name was synonymous with watchful care. Together they showed the world that, by extending a hand or a wing to those in need, one could become a beacon of hope for others, a lesson that would shine brightly through the ages.